That's what the
before I forget, what the fuck happened with 10-minute podcast?
Oh, we're giving it away.
You're giving your podcast.
We're giving the podcast away. We are giving the iTunes channel, the website, the Twitter for what it's worth.
Yeah, but the point is
To
that
who?
To a guy named Mark Evans.
Who's Mark Evans?
Shout out to Mark Evans.
He's a guy. Shout out to Mark Evans. Mark Evans NY on Twitter. He's an editor who lives on the East Coast.
Wait, was he a fan of the show?
Yeah, he was a big fan of the show, and we sort of ran a contest, and we just started like airing people's stuff. Basically, what happened is, like the first, 3 years of the show was Brian Callen, Chris D'Elia, and myself.
Right.
And at which point it just became too much of everyone was so busy, and Brian lives way out, and Chris doesn't give a shit about anything.
Well, he betrayed you.
What's
They
that?
both betrayed you.
No, they did not betray me.
It was a betrayal.
No,
Let me tell you something. What happened?
They got less and less interested.
No. This is what happened. All
What
right.
happened? Bobby sat in, did a bunch of them.
I did a bunch, yeah. And I'm friends with both guys. But I'm gonna just say this, right?
I'm friends with both guys too.
It was Shakespearean betrayal. And I'll tell you why.
No, it wasn't. I made the final call and said, guys,
I know because you're the only one that's real.
Oh, really?
All right. Your foundation.
I'm starting to see a theme here. It's not just about Mad TV.
Stop a second.
It's not Bobby. Jordan didn't text you back. He hearted your thing.
You don't have to agree with me.
Everyone's been a fucking dick to you.
Yeah, you don't have to agree with me.
Trump, you're like, what do you think of Trump? You tell me. No, it's cool if you like him.
You don't have to agree with me. Okay, this is what this is. I'm gonna tell a story.
Okay. Tell a story.
I'll tell you a little story, right? And you see if I'm vaguely correct.
All right. Yeah.
Here's the story. A long time ago, many years ago, right? There was a guy named Will Sasso. That's you.
Okay.
That's you. And he's not fat. He's thick. That's you.
Thank you.
Ooh,
You're welcome.
Okay. It's a true story so far.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Big dick. Big Dick Will. That's what everyone called him.
Yeah, that's what everybody called me, man.
Yeah.
Whale, sticker fish, dick.
Right.
Well.
And he knew a guy by the name of Italian guy, right? Chris D'Elia, right?
Not
Coming
Italian.
He's not Italian?
Nah, he's half Italian.
He's half Italian. A half Italian
He's
guy.
got the Italian name.
Right. And a kind of good-looking, intrinsically funny guy by the name of Brian Callen, who used to work for Mad, and that's how you kind of know him too, right?
Yeah.
That's the beginnings of it, right?
Yeah, known Brian a long
And
time.
at that time, their careers were okay. They're coming up. Brian's rebuilding. He had his own podcast, and he decides to
coming
go to
up?
Will. Just
We're fucking. What are you talking about? I've been in the.
no, not you.
I mean, coming up.
D'Elia was coming up.
Oh yeah,
This is before Whitney, right? When did that
yeah.
happen? Before Whitney.
Yeah.
So he was
But
coming
no,
up.
Whitney happened right away while we were doing the podcast.
Exactly.
2012.
But I understand. But I'm just going to tell. I'm paving a story.
Yeah, all right, but to say
No,
that,
I
well,
get
he's
that, no.
not here to defend himself.
It doesn't matter because
The
he'll listen to this later.
Eternal
and
star,
he'll come up to me.
Chris
Both
D'Elia.
those guys will come up to me, and I'll
Yeah.
go.
No, they're not going to listen to this. That's.
Oh, they do fucking listen.
No, they don't fucking listen to it. No, they don't listen to it. They don't fucking listen to it. And that's another lie in your fucking
Story time.
Oh God.
Tell the story.
Story
I need
time.
a second. I need a second. Hold
Story
on.
time.
I need a second.
All right.
Oh God.
I'll just point out the inaccuracies while you're having a breather.
All right.
Chris was doing well and shit.
They're all doing
a bunch
great.
of stand up and doing
They're doing
acting.
great, right?
Stuff.
But at the
Brian had been
time,
around forever.
He's the best.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. They both. They're family.
Look,
I
if
was
you're
just
trying to
paving-
say that
no, I'm not done with my story, friend.
all right,
Still story time with Bob. Still.
okay,
All right.
You know he's serious when he calls himself Bob.
Yeah. Story
That's
time.
when he's actually pissed.
Story time, Bob.
Yeah.
Let me get my fucking bearings. They do a podcast. They decide they come up with a fucking theme. 10-minute podcast, right?
Yep.
How could it go wrong? Will Sasso, Brian Callen, D'Elia doing one podcast, and it was a success. People love it. Three of probably one of the funniest people on planet Earth together doing imagine. This is pre-Fighter and the Kid. This is pre-D'Elia.
Congratulations.
Becoming who he is, right? And it's fucking working.
It's like the traveling Wilburys.
Yeah. It's the traveling Wilburys, right? But this is what happened.
Yeah.
Then they start getting gifts.
Getting gifts.
Yeah,
Gifts.
gifts.
Not GIF.
No, gifts.
Gifts.
With a T.
TS.
Gifts.
Okay, how about this? Why don't we do this? Don't correct me. Don't fucking correct me.
I feel like I'm
this
painting
story.
it.
You think you're fucking painting what?
I'm helping it.
You're not a painter.
All right. So Roy Orbison died
Yeah. Oh.
years ago. He was in the Wilburys.
Hey.
Yay!
Did he die when they were touring as the Traveling Wilburys?
I think they were just fucking around when they could.
Yeah.
Just like 10 Minute Podcast. We're fucking around when we could. And when things got a
And
little
then
bit
what happened
busy.
was they started getting shit.
No.
Can I just finish my
Finish
story?
your story. Finish your
Can
story.
I just finish? And then all of a sudden, what happens? They abandon Will Sasso. They abandoned you, my friend.
I'm going to let you finish your story.
Let me finish, all right?
So you're looking at me
And
waiting for me to say something.
no.
I like the, you know what I like? I like the uncomfortable spaces.
You know, how about this, friend? Okay, I'm being real, and I'm trying to be legit right now. Okay, and I'm not downplaying Chris D'Elia. I think he everything that these two get, they deserve. They're
Absolutely.
so fucking funny.
Two of the funniest fucking guys.
Funniest guys, nice as fuck. They're
Yep.
I really consider them true friends.
Yes.
And you too.
Yes.
I love them.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
if they died, it would be so devastating to me. It would be
Yeah,
life
all the way
altering.
there, but all right.
All right? But they
Okay.
fucking betrayed you.
No.
Yeah, I'm not done.
They got to the boat 200 meters out.
Yeah.
Collected their $1 billion. Well,
Yeah. Okay.
they didn't betray
And
me.
then all of a sudden, and I'm going to ask you this, my friend.
Yeah.
This guy is going to take. What do you think 10-minute podcast people were listening because of you, Brian, and fucking D'Elia?
Here's why we like Mark Evans.
Shout out to
All
Mark.
right.
Because Mark, what he does is, and I should say, over the past 2.5, like 3 years. Well, first, my buddy Tommy Blotcha started doing a bunch of stuff with me. Tommy's a writer producer. You'd be familiar with a lot of the stuff that he's done.
Big fan.
Yeah, and then he wrote on like the early. He wrote on like the first years of like Late Night with Conan O'Brien.
Great.
and then
Great
the
job.
Ali G show. He created that show Metalocalypse. You know that show?
Oh, I have it on Blu-ray.
Okay, and a bunch of other stuff, and he does all that stuff, funny things. And then my good buddy Chad Kulchin. Have you met Chad?
Oh,
Also
I have
a writer,
all his
producer,
albums.
written a
I
bunch
have
of-
Yellowstone and National Park.
Yeah, Yellowstone
I have
National
Sky
Park.
Fever.
Sky Fever.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, you got that.
Duncan Pride.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great
That
album.
was a
It was a
good
double album.
Duncan Pride.
Yeah, Duncan Pride was a
Yeah,
good album.
remember the track? Remember the title
Donuts.
track?
Donuts,
Duncan
we are.
Pride, we are donuts.
We are donuts.
We are donuts, Duncan Pride.
I love all that.
Take
right?
it, dunk it, chew it.
Mind
up.
Mineral. Don't forget Mind Mineral.
Mind Mineral.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
We're down in
Yeah.
the mine, and
Yeah.
you got to see.
Tallahassee Nut.
Yeah, Tallahassee nut. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Got a Tallahassee nut in the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the
Ocean
good-
Holes.
Ocean holes.
Yeah. That was a
We gotta make.
Ocean Holes was great.
So anyway,
Yeah.
it sort of turned into a very different podcast.
Yeah,
very
yeah.
weird. And then what we did was we sort of started this thing called the diamonding. We realized that we wanted to, like prehistoric vegetation spinning, turning into coal, pressing down and creating a diamond. You know, we wanted.
I know
to take
how
our-
fucking diamonds made, you fucking
we
cocksucker.
wanted to take our audience and squish it down until there's one diamond left. We essentially, over the past year, we've lost all our sponsors. Our audience has completely dropped off to where we only have, we've done it on purpose. The show got more and more inside. The jokes are impossible to get unless you've listened to everything.
Yeah.
A lot of references to wrestling. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of useless shit. And we've had a wonderful time pairing off our wonderful audience to where now all we have left is diamond listeners.
Okay.
And from
how many listeners are there?
how many listeners right now?
Yeah.
Remember the Canadian math.
Okay.
140 people. It might be a little more than that. I'm not sure. I'm not good at math. I'm from Canada.
Right,
which
right,
means
right.
I'm stupid.
Okay.
So, yeah, thousands and thousands less than used to.
Yeah.
And so now, basically, what we did was we listened to all these submissions from people like blah, blah, blah.
It's
You get the
Circuit
pod-
City. That's what it
Oh,
is.
it's a fucking closed. It's that closed Circuit City by the
It's
Del
so
Taco
fucking
on
sad.
Sunset.
Yeah.
That's what it
You
is.
used to be Best Buy, and now you're
Yeah,
Circuit
we used to
City.
be a Best Buy back when people were fucking buying DVDs and CDs. And now we're the Circuit City that's boarded up and is tagged, gang tags and
And
shit.
Callan teamed up with that other guy.
With Brendan.
and he betrayed you.
No, he did not betray me.
It's fucking
So what we're doing
so
is we're
sad.
giving it to Mark.
Millions of dollars.
He's an editor.
They're making.
He
You
cuts together
fuck.
old shit.
You don't even see it.
What do you mean
It's a-
millions of dollars?
What do you mean millions of dollars?
They have a successful cottage industry they've put together. Brendan is a workhorse. He's a very competitive guy. He's an athlete. So as Brian has described, this guy got his hands on something and it's gone crazy. They make fucking t-shirts. I've made one t-shirt in the past 3 years. I don't give a fuck about t-shirts. Oh, by the way, I'm kind of busy, acting in France, sort of my day job.
That's true.
That is true.
You have been working. You have been working.
Well,
a
yeah,
lot.
but then it's like, there's a lot of things where it's like, oh, I'm trying to get my thing popped off. I want to do this. I want to make that. You're writing this. You're doing that, right?
Right.
And then you don't, and then that doesn't end nothing. But then a show says, you want to do a TV show?
Yeah.
And you go, all right, I'll do some TV show.
Sure.
Excuse me?
And I have a message to Tiger Belly fans right now. This show, Tiger Belly.
I'm not done. Bobby and Kalila.
No, this show right here will never be pawned off.
Not diamond.
Yeah, we're gonna have no
Zero
diamonds,
diamonds.
no diamonds, right? We are every week gonna be religious about
Love it.
giving you content.
I love it.
All right.
Yeah.
And there's no betrayal here.
I love it.
George is not gonna stab me in the back like some people that I know, right? This guy, what's your name again? What? Jason, thin lips.
Jason is literally behind you,
Yeah.
sitting in the closet.
Jason is
like
not
he
gonna
could
betray
reach
us.
behind him and just
No
pull a
one's
pipe
gonna
out of the
betray
wall
anybody in this
and
house,
hit you in the head
okay?
with it. Look, Bobby, listen, Kalila, I think that's wonderful. I think that's what a podcast is about. We are in the age of content. We've had, I don't mind saying, a pretty funny conversation thus far. Oh, I know it's not over. But I think your audience is going to like it. There's a lot of irreverent people talking in a room of their house in the podcasting landscape.
Right.
But this conversation's been pretty good. And that's what podcasts should be. And at 10-minute podcast, we've completely betrayed that. First of all, it's only 10 minutes to begin with, so that's dumb. And then, and now we're just giving it away. But
Yes.
like a Mystique painted orca breaching itself
Yeah.
in the waters of South Africa.
Yeah. Can anybody name the songs from that band that I named earlier? Any of the
Ocean Holes.
Of
Ocean
course.
Holes is one.
Ocean
Donut.
Holes is one. Donut Dan. What was it? Donut Dan.
Yeah.
The
Tallahassee Nut.
Tallahassee
Tallahassee Nut was a
favorite.
Tallahassee
Yeah.
Nut.
What was the Sky one? That was another
The
one.
Sky Fever. No,
Sky
that
Fever.
wasn't-
Something
was it?
mineral.
Yeah.
Sky Fever.
Yeah.
I'm a
Mind Mineral.
Mind Mineral.
Mind Mineral. Mineral.
Mind Mineral.
96. 96.
What do you think I should do? Do you think, because here's what we decided.
Yeah.
We're going to stop doing the podcast and then maybe in a year we'll come out with a new podcast.
I